Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Metaphor ReFantazio, episode 90. Would you believe it? Yes, we're at 90. And forgive me for last episode for cutting it a bit short, but I wanted to make this episode a little bit special because I know this will be the final battle. I'm pretty sure this will be the final battle. And I wanted it to be a nice 90. So, forgive me for that, but I hope I can make it up to you here. Just past this point is Luis. Let's take one last look at what we got going on. We have the Prince, the Royal Warrior Stroll, the Royal Knight Hulkenberg, the Royal Thief Heisme, the Royal Mass Dancer Juna, the Royal Summoner Yufa, the Royal Berserker Basilio, and Gallica, of course. Now, the party we're going to be taking in is me, Hulkenberg, Yufa, Juna. Obviously, girl party, girls' night out. And I will say,
should we keep going?
It's built up this time. Yeah, let's do. I have already done this, and I've already reached the final boss and tried it to a certain point. But the thing is, the game stopped. There was an error, and PlayStation shut it down right before I got to the second phase, which I'm sure there is.
I confess, I did not believe you would actually survive the Golden.
So I do know about what's happening here. However, it's still very interesting. So let's hear this Luis guy out.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge? Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing. An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed. It would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty. For my own satisfaction.
Then why?
Oh, sorry.
You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
No, I would repay injustice with injustice. I would not repay injustice with injustice, what he said.
It is true that I was born in the ancient sanctum, but I never held any fondness for that place. The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit. None other than your father, Prince.
Ooh, Prince.
That's...
A royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. And he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child. And for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave, and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The Sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Neighbors and kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash on the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice. A selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. never let it happen again. And so did I walk onward.
It was tragic.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
But unfortunately, nobody would prosper there. There, in fact, are other solutions. But that is, in fact, such a lonely way of thinking.
That's what turned you so cold-blooded, eh? First I've heard of it, but... Sorry. Means we got all the more reason to kill ya.
I love Basilio so much. And I also love this little scene here where we're all, like, lined up like this, but we're all facing him. We're just slightly in front of each other, so we can all see each other clearly. This is really cool. Heisme you can barely see, but you can barely ever see Heisme anyway.
Luis, you're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone. That's why you can only imagine a world apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected.
Oh, but I feel he can face that anxiety.
So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
Alright, now get a load of this. He has an archetype, baby.
Behold,
Look at it.
And I will reveal the secrets still beyond you.
But it's purple. Ooh, evil purple. When I first saw this, I thought it was the persona Thanatos, but no. It's badass, that's what it is.
Come, we decide our world's future here.
Don't worry, we got this.
Our land is consumed with anxiety as it has never been before. All of it, foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world. Hear it.
Here and now, take him down. Alright.
Watch me.
Now, Archdemon Luis Cherudius.
Looks like we can't.
He is a demon lord. He's not a human. He's not a Elda. He is a demon lord. Demon Lord Archdemon Luis Cherudius. Alright. Let's just do what we always do. Hellfire Dance. And then just Hellfire Dance, Summon Dragon God, Modified. How did you miss? How did you miss? Yufa. Yufa, how did you miss, Yufa? Yufa, no.
Trivial.
Yufa, no. How did you miss, Yufa?
Oh, power of heroes.
Alright. That's not good. We're just gonna do this. Yufa, I don't know how you missed. I don't know how you missed. We're just gonna debilitate. We're gonna summon Dragon God. There we go. Thanks for doing your job, Yufa. Big preach on that one. Now,
No, let's go.
actually, you're gonna Royal Slash, and then you're gonna Holy Knight's Proclamation.
Take this.
Even though I'm not doing like extra damage because he's not a human, he's a demon lord, which is crazy, by the way. That's still fine. W block. W block. Hellfire Dance. This is gonna be the strategy. Do Hellfire Dance, then do Dragon God Modified, and then do a Royal Sword. Boom. And just keep outloading that, man. That's the move. Hellfire Dance. That is just the move here. And I'll use a heal if ever I need a heal. Muyaden. W Repel. W Hulkenberg. W Omni Counter. I love counter skills, man. Royal Sword. Yep. Boom. Planet's Proclamation. Sure. Hellfire Dance. Summon Dragon God Modified. And then Rogue Slash, why not? Or Royal Slash. Quad Wing Sweep. W Repel. Another good repel. Thank you. Thank you, Hulkenberg. I love when you repel. Hellfire Dance. Dragon God Modified. This is just the strategy. Attack down and defense down. The only issue is if somebody, you know, I'm not gonna name names here, misses their attack. A very important attack at that. But you know, I don't like to name names.
By all means, challenge me. Stake everything you have on this battle. I will face your convictions head on and crush them. This is but my first step towards my ideal world. There is no hope for you.
Alright, Takunda, not bad. Quad Wing Pierce.
Is everyone okay?
Anxiety Convergence. What is this? Oh, what is that?
This is gathering an unbelievable amount of magla around him. We can't let him finish whatever he's doing. Try to interrupt his attack somehow. Focus
So
your
this
attack.
isn't like a...
Show you out in one shot.
This isn't like a, hey, guard this. It's a, hey, you're gonna want to do a lot of damage to him as fast as possible thing. Lovely. And there he goes. Can't be that hard. Because we got him.
Don't underestimate. This is just what I need. A bit much, actually.
You know what? You're gonna do that.
There is no hope for you.
That could have been bad though. I think that probably does a, if not a lot of damage, then like Armageddon's Final Sire level damage. W Repel. I love Repel.
Juna, are you okay? Do this. You look like you're
Harvest God would be good, but I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste MP. So I'm just gonna do that. You are going to heal everybody though.
Thank you. I am grateful.
Thanks.
Man, Hulkenberg has 724 HP. That is just insane. That's an insane amount of health. Hellfire.
Good job, Juna. Here I go.
Another Dragon God Modified.
You've hit their weakness.
And then this. Royal Slash. Why not?
A tough one.
Should have done Heroes Proving now I think about it, but oh well.
Face my wrath.
Quad Wing Sweep. Okay. The crit was rough, but the
With blade in hand.
whatever it is, the repel saved it.
You fight well.
Hellfire.
But this is not
Go Dragon God Modified.
You've hit their weakness.
fight as well.
Now Royal Slash maybe? No. Royal Sword.
Still here?
Planet's Proclamation. Now, next turn, so long as nothing goes horribly wrong this turn. Next turn, we will, that's the end. Botana? The fire? Yep, block, nice. Nice. Alright, Hellfire Dance. Let's finish it off, baby.
You fight well.
You've hit their weakness.
You're gonna recover everybody's HP. I could have ended it there,
Thank you.
but I'm just gonna make sure everybody gets nice and healthy.
You fight well.
Maybe this kills though.
Worthy foe
Nope.
after all.
Ruin Flamethrower might, though. Yep, there we go. That's all she wrote, folks. But surely there's a second phase.
I do not fear death. And yet...
That'll do.
Get a couple good level ups, though. But there's no shot that's all there is to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a, like a final phase, final boss. Right?
I think we've won this one.
Don't say that. That is the most cliche thing ever. And then he's gonna get up and go, actually, you're all dead.
So the power I have now is not enough.
The Magler drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected.
Just as I thought.
I would be a fool to underestimate you. But I made a decision.
Yeah, I knew it.
Even if history remembers me as a destructor king, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
What? What are you?
Oh, is he gonna, like, sacrifice his own life or something?
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do. If I am to take your lives, I must stake my own. And all its power.
Alright. I knew that wouldn't be the end of it.
We can't get close. Tis a tremendous aura.
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Wait!
Oh, hello.
It's his gauntlet runner.
That is certainly what that is.
If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
We need a Nurse right now.
We can't even go after him.
There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
We need to go. Nurse, we need you now more than ever. He's like, hey, laddies, I just finished her up.
Ah, everyone! That bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner!
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now.
That's what I'm saying, Nurse. That's why you're my goat.
Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here.
The Gauntlet Runner's nearing its limit. Even if we catch up to him, we may not have a way to get into the Trudius. But we don't have a choice. We need to put a stop to Luis, to the destruction he would cause.
Well, chums, batten down the hatches and brace for the storm.
Alright, here we go.
To it now, get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies!
Oh?
Ugh, of all times.
Oh wow, it's a whole army of
How
them.
many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down. Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding together. She can't take off that quickly.
What do we do?
We take him out. He's gonna be like, I'll stay.
Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
We can
whoa.
fight
No, no,
them
no, no, no,
together.
no.
No. Even if we get the Skyrunner off the ground, it'll all be for naught if anything happens to you.
Well, I'm not gonna let you guys die.
No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
What else are we gonna do? Twiddle our thumbs inside while Norris does all the work?
Nearus, don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it. Hop in, your highness.
Oh, are we gonna have a one-on-one with Luis?
Well, let's do this.
We hold the line!
Yeah, the slow-mo run. The slow-mo run at him. Oh, animation.
must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
That's the Dragon God, baby. Get him.
Got it! We're powered!
Not good. They're going for the Sky Runner.
Not on my watch.
Let's wreck him.
Hell yeah, boys. Get him.
What are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
Aye, it's true I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Aw, hell yeah. You just hear him laughing?
Aye! We fly!
Don't do what? No! Dude, no! No!
What?
It's now or never, Stroll.
A noble must protect his people. Take this!
No, Stroll! No!
Finally. I've earned my title.
Dude, what?
She flies. Straight and steady. Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
Oh, brother.
We gotta go back! Everyone, they're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them.
Oh my god.
If we'll meet again.
What are you...
Let's fly!
Oh, no, not Nura's too. We rammed straight into it. It's now or never, Gallica. Holy hell. It's just us and Gallica. What? They just all just sacrificed themselves.
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable.
Shut up.
However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle.
A one-on-one.
I have but one final question.
Shoot, Luis.
Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
I want to stop you. I want to be king. It's the exact same thing. It doesn't matter.
They're the same thing.
But they are not. The king shouldered the people's pain all he could, and still his paradise never came. You need only look at the kingdom now to see that. But it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn, a new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed.
That is something I can agree with him on. Here we go. All cards down. Let's see how they fold.
So be it.
There he is again.
Such intense magla.
Buddy, transform! What are you doing? Go to the prince form. Buddy!
The quintessential force of the archetype. Is this all?
Such strength. How? It's happening so quickly.
Behold! This is the Royal Scepter's potential. Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world.
Oh no.
You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Oh no. Again?
Not again.
Holy.
What?
Oh?
Stop.
Crushed her own heart? The book!
Hear me. Wake up! I said wake up. Hey.
We just killed ourselves.
My obstacles are clear. The boy
Open your eyes.
is no more.
Wake up. Please.
We're still alive even though our heart got crushed. The book though. Reach for the book. Make your fantasies reality. And reach for the book. Oh, more.
Where? Are you awake now?
More's gonna be like, hey, you're dead, by the
I
way.
summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done?
I ripped out my heart.
I've ripped out my... I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell. If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, you're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world.
But I need to go
Remember
back.
the first time we met, I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway. But I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy. In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy. An illusion?
An illusion. The world we've been living in is fantasy, huh?
There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already, through text on a page. Now, behold!
Okay. Oh, dude, it is meta. It's meta. It's meta gaming.
Isn't this? Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know is all an illusion. And the world of the novel is... reality?
Surely you already know. There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story, just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality.
No. But you can... I want my cake and I want to eat it too.
Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What about my friends?
What happened to my friends?
They're not real,
You
silly.
don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
I don't want to give up, though.
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
That's all I've ever known.
Come on, snap out of it!
Oh?
What?
Her voice.
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart. Come now.
Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything, with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion, all of it. Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure.
Was it really all illusion? Even magic?
You still don't believe me. Why is that?
This place isn't real. I have unfinished business there.
I still have unfinished business.
This place is definitely real to me, but to Dry, this place is just... This isn't his reality.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia, in the place you loved reading about so much.
This... Your right change isn't possible? No, this isn't a utopia. Also very true. Even, like, metagaming, reality, like, our reality is, like, you know, people. The world we live in is certainly not a utopia.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
I've been thinking about it for some time. Does the novel truly depict the ideal world?
You mean you deny it? Will you deny the world of the novel is a utopia?
Yes, I will. I understand now. It's hard to say it, but this place isn't an ideal world after all. And...
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew after all. Makes the road a little easier, right?
the melody I've come to know echoes around me, rousing my spirit once more. Magic hasn't been lost.
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I can't lose anything else. Truly,
I won't die more.
I see. I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child. Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Me. If I were to call myself by a name you know, my name is Hethlodius V. I once reigned as king.
He was the king before our father. So... interesting. He was the 5th king, Hydrotheus.
I'm half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you. And this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me.
So he was trying to sell us of the fantasy of, like, metagame our world.
This was
interesting.
The flame of my youth. When first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me the discarded shadow of idealism. I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time.
Wait, no, he's our father. He's the younger version of our father. That makes actually a whole bunch of sense, because the king we see in like the actual timeline looks pretty similar to Mor when you really look at him. He's trying to save us from the despair of running the kingdom.
At least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
If I stay, I've already lost.
If I stay here, then I've already lost.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is.
Oh my.
I suppose how I promised to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream.
It can be real.
Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I have to try at least.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
No. More. Unknown. Alright. Heroes proving.
This is for your sake.
Knight's Defense, Seeker's Gale. Alright, okay.
Come forth, Royal Soul!
Royal Slash. Oh, he doesn't have as much health as I thought he would.
So you would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness.
Okay.
I have no choice.
You'll put an end to this madness, will you? You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that, dude.
It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why do you resist it now? Why refuse me?
Because this isn't utopia.
You must see reason. I have no choice.
This isn't utopia, Mor.
Let's go!
Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand. Why? So
Sorry,
this
Mor.
is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you.
I'm sorry, Moore.
What power! To see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time. If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
I'm not sure myself. You gave up. I won't.
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
What? You think I chose to give up?
I don't think you chose to give up, but you gave up all the same.
Determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here? Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last, across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind, to unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes.
The king of all archetypes. Is it gonna be called king or whatever?
Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
She's not dead.
Oi! Wake up, Your Highness!
How? Their voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
Those are my
My
friends.
friends are waiting for me.
Sorry, Moore. I've got to go now.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
We don't know if that can be done, but I want to try.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost.
I'll keep you in my heart, though, Moore.
But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author Moore, but as your father, the king.
Oh, man. The city before me fades away. Back in academia. I wrote my ideals as a fantasy novel because I believe that there is power in fantasy. Though all my story ultimately did was trail in the glories of the past, perhaps yours will show us the true power of fantasy. So carry on as you would. Make your final preparations. My time as Moore may be coming to an end, but I can continue to serve you in that role. This could very well be the last time here. I should ensure I leave with no regrets.
Now that you say it.
As for the Seeker's research, allow me to close the book on it. It's already well beyond the scope of anything I could have imagined.
Ah, how good of you to come. Most unfortunate.
This is the last opportunity we'll have to speak like this. Words are no longer necessary. My belief in you is more powerful than any I could
You
say.
have my deepest
In the end,
gratitude.
you showed me hope, and I thank you for that, Dry. Do I get king now? I'm still prince, but I thought I'd get like king archetype or something. Guess not. Yeah, I think we're fine for what it's worth. Where's Plateau? I don't see the cat anywhere. Plateau has gone off on a journey to a place he should have always been. I finally understand it now. This is unmistakably the formula for the royal magic invoked by the king. The royal magic brought about by a series of events perhaps best described as catastrophic. But in the end, it also granted my wish. The arrival of a hero. You. The cogs that have been set in motion can no longer be stopped. I entrust the future of this kingdom to you. I want to see Plateau one last time, but... I suppose Plateau is long gone. Research notes Prince? Research notes Commander? Interesting. Book of the Apocalypse? Alright. Thank you, more. I will save. Thank you, my father, for all that you've done. I will save this world. If you leave here, you'll never be able to return. Are you certain you've done all you need to do? I'm ready to go. When you leave that door, a predicament awaits you, if that's even a strong enough word. Luis transformed into a demon, and at his side, death itself.
However,
But you have already overturned your fated demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have proved your ideals correct. That fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. Huh. It seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be the one writing the story. Your own true tale of fantasy.
the kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality.
Absolutely, more.
Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Now that is awesome. Let's go save the world.
Everyone! He's awake!
Is he alright?
Thank the stars.
Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
Well, don't leave out highs, mate. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked. True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse.
We've still got to fight.
What?
Still got to fight ahead of us, though. Is Luis like, oh, you're alive? Lamau.
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity? Luis, the world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Hell yeah.
The fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Damn straight, Gallica. That's what I like to hear.
These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies?
I can.
I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
Oh, final form Luis. Here we go. Oh, mama.
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Hell yeah.
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
Let's go! Let's go!
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
This is a very, very cool final boss, by the way.
We will win this. For the sake of our world.
Mask of Ire, Mask of Mirth, Mask of Joy. Interesting.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
This is a very cool boss, though. Atlas always cooks with their boss. Alright. Let's just keep it going how we always do.
Let's go.
Here's proven, go. Summon Dragon God modified, go. Solid damage, solid damage. Oh, you missed once though. The Cold World. The chance of inflicting anxiety has reached its peak. Remove all buff effects? Dude. I don't know about the remove all buff effects, because you know he's gonna do that every turn.
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now,
New Dawn sacrifice. Oh.
What?
He's eating somebody.
Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets? I'm sensing deadly magma in the puppets. Attack him before
To the
he
rear
swallows
guard!
more.
Moving to the front!
We gotta attack the Mask of Mirth.
Nice! Now join with me!
Ultimate Guard.
Watch me.
You know what? Hellfire Dance again.
Great job, Juna. Now they're reaching something new.
Is there another way?
You're gonna... You're gonna Royal Slash again. Right. Actually, you're gonna Hero's Cry. That's what you're gonna do.
I can do this. I shall put all on the line.
Yufa had no weakness. Nice.
Thunderstrike Thrust. Boom.
Magma's I call upon a royal soul.
Hellfire Dance.
Let's go.
Royal Slash. Boom. Oh, we got the human out. Nice. Key Riser's not amazing though. I don't mess with that. Oh yeah, we all block because we Ultimate Guard.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
New Dawn Sacrifice. Oh, I thought it'd be like blue since in the blue mouth. Mask of Joy, dude. You missed, Yufa. Come on, baby girl. You gotta not do that.
Not this. Behold! We stand together!
You gotta pass.
I will show you. Raging fire. Yes, the puppet's magma's fading.
I will fight with pride. Let's set it up.
You've got a Royal Sword. Boom. Nice. Takunda, not amazing. Wish he didn't do that, but oh well. That's fine. That's fine. Destructor's Flare. I don't like that crit. Not a big fan of that crit. Not a big fan of the anxiety either. But on Hulkenberg,
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
it's better you do it on Hulkenberg than anybody else, I guess. Yeah.
I must concentrate.
I think we're gonna do Summon Harvest God is what we're gonna do. Yeah. Boom.
Trust me.
W full heal.
Thanks.
We strive for!
You're gonna pass.
Watch me.
You're gonna Hellfire Dance.
Nice job, Juna.
You are going to Royal Slash that.
I can do this.
You're gonna summon
I shall put
Dragon God Modified.
The puppet's magma's
W. I keep getting a bit scared because if I miss one of those attacks, that I don't want to find out what he can do if he does consume the sacrifice. He probably just heals. It's probably not that big a deal, but oh, nice repel, nice repel. That could have been super bad if he didn't repel that.
This is just
That could have been super bad if you did not repel that thing.
now they're weak to something new.
You're gonna heal.
Power.
I'm obliged.
Thank you.
You're gonna heal.
Thank you.
A summoner.
You're gonna summon Dragon God.
Yufa hid their weakness.
You are gonna Holy Knight's Proclamation. You're gonna Hellfire Dance.
Let's go.
You are going to Royal Slat. No, you're gonna Hero's Proving. Nice. No sacrifices. Debilitate.
Audacity!
On Hulkenberg, that's fine. Wish it wasn't on her. W Repel. Dude, Hulkenberg is so good. She's so good. She's so good, dude.
Summoner.
Go Dragon God. You missed! Yufa, no. Alright, Yufa.
I've got just that. Watch me.
Hellfire Dance.
Great job, Juna. Now they're weak to something new.
We're just gonna Radiance? No, yeah, we're gonna Radiance. We'll take it. You done. Key Riser again, not amazing. Wish you'd stop doing that, but who am I? Who am I to tell you no? Another Dawn Sacrifice in the red mouth this time, huh? Now the issue is he's probably gonna be able to dodge this.
You've got several ailments for you.
So let's try not to miss. W no miss. W no miss.
Not now.
And actually, you are going to use the thing where it removes their buffs.
This should help.
Because I don't want to take another chance where they
I'll show you.
remove, where they just dodge my thing again.
I'm all prepared.
Fire Art? I guess I don't need Fire Art.
Better choice. Let's set it up. Not
Yeah, I don't need Fire Art.
Royal Soul.
I'll do Radiance again. I want to try and keep the damage pretty equal, because I fear that there might be a resurrect mechanic if I don't kill all of them at around the same time. I don't know exactly, but this boss probably would do something like that. That would just make sense. Dekja, you're done. That's not amazing, but not awful either. W Repel again. W Repel. I love Repel. You're gonna heal. I love Repel. I love Hulkenberg. You are awesome. Nice. Pointless Proclamation, sure. Because we're gonna do that. And now we're going to Fire Art? No. Yeah, we're gonna do Fire Art. That. Boom. And we're gonna summon Tyrant. That's what we're gonna do. Wow, you are actually at 0 mana, Yufa. That is kind of crazy. Actually at 0 MP over here. I will have to use a MP item on you. Good miss, good miss, good block. Alright, you're gonna use an item that increases their MP. Yufa, welcome back. Actually, we're just gonna... No, I think we're gonna do Ice Blue. Because we can just... Why not, you know? Because we can. And now... we can do that. Oh, the front mat, the red mouth is dead. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I will definitely take that. More Hellfire Dance, more dancing.
Struggle in vain. Give in to the truth. Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
I don't think that's true. I wonder if you're... He's not reviving the thing. So... that's good. It's because it, like, broke his jaw, dude. Radiance, again. Go, summon Dragon God. Mad Rush? Yeah, that works. There goes the Sacrifice. It's fine. Radiance again. Dragon God modified. Boom, boom. Your Holy Knight's Proclamation. Debilitate? This is not as terrifying as a boss as I thought it would have been. I mean, it's a very scary looking boss, but like the mechanics, it might just be because I'm like one of the probably the strongest I can be. Period. Hellfire Dance. You are going to do this so you get all your MP back. And there you go, Dragon God. Oh, there's one more mask done. Mad Rush. And there's the last mask. I think that was it. Finish him off, baby. Oh, hello there.
I refuse. I won't let it end like this.
Oh, that isn't it.
You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
His magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
And now he's dying to his own power.
And by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he's
Hell yeah,
so threatening
Vasilio.
our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Hell yeah.
Let's go!
Finish him off, baby.
Last chance. We've come this far. We have to end this here and now.
The Destroyer Cherudius.
Looks like we can't brute
A
force
human,
this one.
level 85.
This is just what I need.
Well, back to the well, I guess. Back to the well.
Great job, Juna. Now they're weak to something new.
Hey, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
I channel
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yuba hit their weakness.
Blade in hand!
Holy Knight's Proclamation, as always.
I'll show you.
More Hellfire Dance, as always. Back to the well. Just keep going. What is this? High pressure. Extreme intimidation prevents action. The cold world. Chance of inflicting anxiety has reached peak. Okay. The link has been severed. Oh, now he's just doing normal attacks. Okay, alright, alright.
His aura's overpowering.
Fight is power.
It's making it harder to fight.
We can
We're gonna
do
heal.
Just hold on.
Trust me.
Thank you. That helped. Even my summoner.
This is so winnable. This is such a winnable fight.
Yuba hit their weakness.
All that we strive for!
Queen has Proclamation.
This is just what I
Hellfire Dance.
Great job, Juna. Now they're weak to something new.
Royal Slash, maybe? Yeah. Because he's human, baby. Do more damage to humans. The link has been severed. Normal attack, Destructor's Flare. W repel. W repel once again.
I pray you're ready.
Summon Dragon God, modified. Boom.
Yuba hit their weakness.
Now join with me!
You know what? You're gonna use the Ambrosia,
I knew you'd help.
so I no longer have to use my turn to heal. I can use your turn to heal, Hulkenberg.
I'll show you.
Hellfire Dance again.
Juna.
I'm all prepared.
Fire Art. Yeah,
I leave it to you.
sure. Fire Art.
Let's take my fullest power.
Summon Dragon God modified. Boom.
For all that we
Point Dance
strive
Proclamation
for.
again. Take it. Hellfire Dance. I'll take that. He keeps Dakundaing, which means this is just gonna take much longer, but The link has been severed. Slam. Hadean Ice Crag. Oh, that's really strong. I remember that being particularly strong. Oh, now Dekja? That's no good. Not a big fan of that. Normal attack though, that's fine. You're gonna heal.
Thank you.
You are going to heal, is what you're going to do. You're gonna summon Dragon God again. Just keep summoning it, bro. Just keep obliterating them with fire. It works. Honestly, Holy Knight's Proclamation. Yeah, we'll do it. Hellfire Dance. And we're gonna do Fire Art, boom. And then we're gonna summon Tyrant. Right? No, we're gonna summon Fury. More attack and defense fall. Not that it really matters, because he's just gonna use Dakunda again on himself or whatever. Yep. The link has been severed. The link keeps getting severed. I don't really know what that means, but... Tempest Shot is fine. Underworld Tree. What is that? Not as powerful as it looked, at least. Holy Knight's Proclamation. Hellfire Dance. You're gonna heal.
I'm obliged.
That was helpful. That helped. Even my strength will be needed.
And you are just going to get your MP back up for Juna.
Thank you.
A foolish people, shackled by insecurity. Be gone from this world.
Talking to Shroll?
What's happening?
No, Clamar is what Shroll is. Rasanth is Hulkenberg. You're attacking a Hulkenberg. Too bad she's literally the tank, and any damage you do against her is not gonna work out as well as you might think it will.
This won't do.
Your defense is down a little bit, that's fine. Quinn has Proclamation, as always.
Watch me.
Honestly, blue, ice blue, fire art. Yep.
Everyone is
Summon fairy modified.
Is everyone out? No, comrade.
You're gonna do ultimate guard, is what you're gonna do. And you're gonna do Hellfire Dance again. A tribe condemned. Hulkenberg was KO'd. I guess that makes sense. But that's fine, I can just resurrect them. Good block, good block. He KO'd her even with the ultimate guard up, too.
Someone help her get back in the fight.
We can do this.
There we go. You're gonna Heat Riser yourself. Yufa. You're Holy Knight's Proclamation. Good, good. High pressure. That's interesting. That's an interesting, like, boss mechanic that he can tell you what tribe he's gonna attack, and if that tribe is on the field, he'll kill them. But it's not too bad. Oh, nice counter. Because I can just immediately resurrect them. It's not like an instant full team KO.
Just hold on. Maybe not.
Fire, maybe ice blue.
Good job, Juna. Now
I will
they'll
fight
reach
with
something
pride.
new.
You are going to do this for Yufa.
You've got a plan to get all this flowing through
And now you're gonna summon Dragon God Modified.
Yufa hit their weakness.
More Holy Knight's Proclamation. Can't get enough of it.
I call upon a royal soul.
And you are weak to ice, so now you're gonna be weak to fire. Heat Riser. As always. That really scares me because I feel like that plus up to agility really scares me because I'm just gonna miss one and then my whole strategy is gonna come crumbling down. Oh, that's the Seeker skill right there. That's the Seeker skill. Debilitate's not terrible. Debilitate is not that bad. You're just gonna heal. So long as it is Hulkenberg that keeps getting debuffed, it's fine. Because she just guards anyway, that's all she ever does. Is guard. And there she's guarding again. Would you believe it? Christmas came early, she's guarding again. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And now we're going to severe. We might as well do this because it's gonna do more damage, only slightly. Not if you miss, it's not. It would have done more damage slightly than the Tyrant.
Why can you not understand my ideals?
And frankly, he was just gonna use Dacunda anyway. He's gonna use it right here, right? Oh no, he's not. No Dacunda. I guess it's because I didn't think I debuffed him, so he didn't use Dacunda. But if I did debuff him, he would have used it. Good miss, good miss, good miss. Lovely miss. Ultimate guard, go. You're gonna... what are you weak to? Hellfire. Boom. You're gonna heal.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're gonna heal everyone.
I take my fullest power.
And you are going to Heat Riser yourself. That's what you're gonna do. This next turn is gonna be a bit out of the ordinary because I need to get rid of those buffs. So I'm thinking that Juna skill will work. Hopefully, the Juna skill will be everything I need it to be and more.
A foolish people, fearing and denying solitude. Be gone from this world.
All right. He's gonna do it to you, or not Yufa, Juna. Juna's gonna get messed up, dude. Good repel though.
Not now.
Nah, you gotta stay. You're just gonna die, Juna. But you'll be resurrected, don't worry. You will be resurrected. Have faith. But I need you to use Rune Flame Power to get rid of the buffs. And then we're gonna use Royal Sword. Yeah, there goes Juna, man. That's fine though. I don't even know what the link has been severed means. Good repel, great repel. Dragon Blood Sap. No, we gotta do that. Boom. You're gonna Pointless Proclamation, as always. Hellfire Dance. Boom. And you're gonna heal. You're just gonna heal, you silly goose. You're gonna heal. Debilitate on Hulkenberg again, dude. Hulkenberg's really been going through it here. Poor girl. Good repel. Great repel. Drun God modified. You're gonna use this on yourself and get all your MP back. So you're gonna do. Weak to ice. Well, now you're gonna be weak to fire. And Heroes no. Fire Art. Frankly, yeah, probably, actually. Summon Fairy. Do it. Now you're gonna Holy Dance Proclamation. Now you're gonna Hellfire Dance. And you... Royal Slash. Good crit. Nice crit, nice crit.
A world born of fantasy. It must not be.
It's gonna be, baby. Just you wait. Good block, good block. That was a leftover from the Ultimate Guard. God modified though. Just keep hitting him. Keep hitting him where it hurts. Hellfire Dance.
We'll do this together.
Has it come to this?
Boom.
This is the puzzle's source of kings.
And now Summon Tyrant. Go for it. This gonna kill? Maybe? That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. That's the game. That's the game. Easy game. Your world is over, Luis. But don't worry, we'll carry on where you failed.
But why? Why is it still beyond me?
Oh?
Dawn breaks.
The haze is finally gone. Beautiful. We're on top, baby.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it!
Hell yeah, we did.
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
I have my ideals.
Don't be a sore loser, Luis. Don't be such a sore loser. You lose, I win.
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop following in their footsteps! Now it's your turn to take your place with them!
Let's become king.
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
I am king. Here we go. The ancient relic.
Now, die!
No. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
Oh yeah! We're king, baby. I hope you're ready to be struck down. Get him! Oh, we cut him in half! Farewell, Luis. I am king now. Goodbye, royal scepter. You're no longer needed in my world. Save the country, quest clear. I finally bested my adversary Luis, who had become a threat to all mankind. Thankfully, the nightmare of the entire populace transformed into humans has been averted. This nation has some hope for a future.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king.
The king.
I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit.
His gamble? Alright.
Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, a novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
Is this Plateau? Is Plateau the voice we've been hearing since the beginning, like the hero? Is that Plateau?
This voice.
She's the goddess?
Could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much. Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand.
No.
I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him.
Wait, you mean the voice was my mother? The voice that's been talking to me was my mother?
And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within.
Hell yeah.
Provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown, reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign, and with it, my true passing.
But you'll be remembered all the same, my friend.
However,
My father.
if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins.
The end of one and the beginning of another. Goodbye, mother. Goodbye, father. Hello, kingdom.
Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed, they who have overcome this fierce contest, the throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
Hell yeah.
Yay! Look! Look, that's him, isn't it? He won!
He certainly did, love. He really did. Oh, I still can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it! The new king is Count Luis.
You can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people! Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the crown theocracy's warrior monks.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
Hell yeah. Now that's a story I won't soon forget.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
And we somehow made it out of the sky without crashing and burning and dying miserably. Lovely. Our Gauntlet Runner is one beat up mofo, that's for sure. Oh, what's she doing, Gallica?
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
We don't have, like, the royal attire or whatever. I hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
I'm not nervous. My heart's pounding.
Same. My heart's pounding out of my chest.
Is it? Nothing you're not used to then. It's just like with the archetypes. Just keep your head high.
It'll be fine. We'll keep the crowd warmed up for you.
Hell yeah.
Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Oh man. Your Majesty. I hope I can live up to that title. Look at him grin, man.
Saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
And their concern is justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom to my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
I'm not sure how I'll rule. We can change the world. I'll face any challenge.
We have the power to change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
I'll let my work prove my words.
I'll have to let my work prove my words. With results, I hope everyone can feel that our future will be brighter.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
Man, I love you, Nuris.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it's time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck.
Thanks for always having my back.
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
Oh yeah. The squad. Oh wow, I mean, everybody obviously is here. I was gonna say everybody's here, but that makes sense. Crowning the new king.
All right, a warm welcome, please. His Majesty, the new king. Your Majesty, you're so young.
Please.
My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it.
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
Oh yeah.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
Guess who's king, baby? Oh yeah, man. That is, oh, I'm chills, chills.
Ah, long have I awaited the arrival of this day. This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins.
As with life.
I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. 1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
Interesting. We get a little epilogue here.
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic.
Is that what the group is called? The 6 partisans? It should be 7. Gallica should be up there, but I suppose Gallica's always with me, huh?
Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
Hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only natural that there would still be unrest among the people.
Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Heisme Noctoul, no less.
Heisme's running the Royal Knights.
You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Uchief of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens.
Even Parliament now
I
invites
sorry, skip that, sorry.
hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now.
When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
It's unbelievable. Compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young Majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation.
The Great Reconciliation.
It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
People are smiling more now, but smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him.
Ah, can't be. Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
Yeah, we don't have our escorts, but which is odd because I feel like people should. Quite the outfit there.
Mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
I like his little hat.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey! Isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, all this decoration doesn't suit me. How did Luis and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait! I'm coming with you! Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
Aw, dude. Awesome painting. That looks like a king to me, baby.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
As authority weakens, power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them, or makes me want to go up and shake a sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
It was good talking to you, man.
It was good talking to you, too.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I'm glad to see the more optimism in the world. Still, it'll take more than that to effect true change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways.
I don't know how they don't recognize me, but...
I'm sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
That's too bad. I'll wait until she comes
I
back.
suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, let's keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
Oh, there you are. I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud.
Phew. So you were here.
Oh my god. Oh, she even has her own sprite, dude. Damn straight I'm here. Just chilling.
The devil.
Just chilling.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juno would be back from her expedition today.
I suppose I have no choice.
I suppose I have no choice.
What is it? You have unfinished business. 'Tis settled. I shall come with you on every excursion.
Hell yeah.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scoundrel, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
All right.
Maria, where are you?
Let's go.
This reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. It seems so long ago now. She might be praying at the Grand Cathedral just like back then. Before heading for the Grand Cathedral, why not go talk to everyone else first? They're all in the royal capital to prepare for the new year, so let's find them. You can't talk to more, obviously. Only his cat remains in town. Can't talk to Maria. Oh yeah, we have to go find Maria, don't we? We gotta talk to Fabian, though. Think that the king of our country would sneak over to my tavern without so much as a single bodyguard with him. You never change, do you? But the city hasn't changed either. Sunshade Row isn't as safe as one might hope it would be under your rule. Still, why don't you pay Maria a visit before you head back to the palace? Definitely make her day.
Cheers.
Oh, if it isn't His Majesty in the flesh. Visiting the honeybee again? You're quite a whimsical one, aren't you? I doubt you still need someone to covertly sniff around in order to supply you with information, but I must say, it was a pleasure doing business with you. I can't understand why Alonso likes you so much. Oh. You know Alonso, huh?
Hey? Come now.
When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise me you'll return to resume your duties, Your Majesty. If you take this as my pressuring you not to venture out, that's not it at all. Only that, as captain of the Royal Guard, I must know where your whereabouts at all time. Wow, the formality. Sounded awfully formal there, Hulkenberg. Well, that is... Think of your station. How else would the knight captain address the land's king? To be overfamiliar would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized faces in the rank-and-file guards. That said, not a day goes by that I don't reflect on our travels, now only a year past. I owe regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer searching in vain for the prince, and it was through you I learned he yet lived, and in the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported. I never tire of the faces the younger guards make when I tell them of the time you acted to witness my duel. Ah, Rodolphe. You mean your duel with Rodolphe? Yes, thanks to you I was able to face him with eyes forward, and put his past behind me. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like what they were under Rodolphe's command. Soldiers take up their sword not for those in power, but for the people. And as the champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king.
Well,
you do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do, though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just the king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth.
this I vow.
I will protect you with my life, as I always have endeavored to do so, Your Majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so. So the people we can talk to. Of course, there's still other people we can talk to. The king? Nah, no way. Oh, Alonso. That's where Morse at, right there. Oh, Basilio and... What are you two doing here? Alright, I'll talk to Alonso first, though.
Pleasure to see you.
Why, hello, Your Majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your palatial duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trade, con artists, and critics alike, your opening act has been rather tumultuous now. It's been tough going. Yeah, it's been tough, but I'm glad we managed so far. Quite right. Your critics are too loud and open with their barbs, but plenty more have their faith in you. Besides, most of these agitators, are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All in a day's work for the royal adjutant. The Citizens' Council, quite an ally I've made, I should hope.
Hey.
I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. That I'm always doing my damnedest to use my talents for good. As I always should have. I'm proud to see it. I'm proud to see you working so hard. That's right. Supporting you is the best thing I can do. You're the one who's been able to create such a lasting change in our country.
Now that you mention it.
Ah, that reminds me. Do you remember Dat Turum, my hometown's landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He's since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why the country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it.
Thank you.
I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has one, it's you, and I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we Nydia can walk about freely in our true forms. Haha, you're curious what I look like in my true form. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? Nothing to rage about these days. Hello, Basilio Heisman. Hey, out inspecting again. Seems a rot pain to me, but I appreciate you going to all the effort. All's well, I take making your rounds, Basilio? Making your rounds, Basilio? Yeah, Captain of the Tradian Brigade, reporting in. And I'm pleased to report there's been nothing to report, Your Majesty. So I'm taking a break. Bit of a mouthful in it. Still not used to calling myself Captain, besides. We've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know. But don't you worry, I've got 2 eyes on them even when I ain't looking. Way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I just gotta show them how power's supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Fewer and fewer turn into a life of crime to make ends meet. If Dale could see Grand Trad now, his eyes would bug out. And not just Dale, a lot of the guys who didn't make it. I wish they could have seen. I only wish they could have seen it for themselves. Yeah. Yeah, same. But as long as we kept them in our memory, it's as close to saving them as we can get. Vinka included. We built up this place with a lot of blood and tears. So I say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them what didn't to protect it. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad. It's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot though, so thanks for not giving up on us. Or the world for that matter. You spot any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it, I'll solve it quick like. Dude, I like his outfit. His outfit's cool. It's like his normal outfit, but it's like white. It's in white. He also has a sword, which is useless because he uses a giant axe, but you know. The armband. He's the fighting force. Well, well, I see our king is out on some personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I'm on break myself. Only try not to frustrate your royal guards over much. They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Bah, who am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A Ujif outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander. There was of course some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually. An outcast became king, too. They needn't look further than the outcast who became their king.
True.
Indeed, you face no shortage of persecution, and now look at you. Grand titles and posts across the nation are no different, spread across all the tribes. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king is, he alone does not make the country.
However,
yet he stands for the very few, as a symbol and representative. That the king and those armed and those around him are of mixed tribes, it has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages. How's Tadari? And just how is Tadari these days?
Yes.
It seems as busy as he can handle. And now that they've resumed trade with other villages, your coronation inspired that village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first step. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history books.
We shall.
We've a ways to go before that day comes, but until it does, let us forge a path toward it, Your Majesty. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, in it, hell yeah, mate. In it. Whoa, Elder, you really became king. King, hey king, oh king, ha 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 ha. Yeah, damn straight I'm king. Oh, it's you.
Well, well.
Oh, Your Majesty. Running around in Sunshade Row at this time of year, you must have some very particular taste. Perhaps you've heard there's unrest across the land as the oppressed are rising up in revolt against their oppressors.
Yes.
Perhaps that news hadn't reached your walled garden here in Grand Trad. History books may not be kind to this era. Shouldn't they rise up? Goodness, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you just endorse rebellion. Don't you realize how dangerous ideology has become the spark of new threats? The dim-witted of the world only fan the flames with their anxiety, be it people or monsters. To the dissatisfied is in our nature. Not nation, nature.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Why there?
Whoa.
Oh,
Hey, Your Majesty, listen to this. We just had a guest in the store claiming to be the chief of Etria. He said he wanted ingredients for a withering potion they use on the island, and, how should I put this? That Mustari village chief, he's rather, easy on the eyes, wouldn't you say? Wait, sorry, forget about that. I swear I had a point. I wanted to tell you that all sorts of people come to visit now, and I enjoy doing business more than I ever did before. Is there a Denny in here? Dude, she has the hots for a Denny? I mean, can't blame her, man. Denny's a hot dude. Denny's a hot Mustari.
Alright.
Alright. Who's over here? Oh, Barden. What's up, Barden?
That's something.
What an unexpected coincidence. Your Majesty? No gods with you today? Ha, don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself just left a meeting over how the provincial governments are doing. We convened for the new year. You must be busy these days. I assume you're pretty busy these days. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but the job is its own reward, knowing what good it does for the town. And I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns is employment up, and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer. And when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be a part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistakes. That brings me back, man.
Got to say,
I know I was trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I was once, and I would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter into public opinion can be laborious. What with all the proceedings and disputes. Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble. And choosing a king for our own will was the inspiration we needed for change. W. Barden. Is that Katharina? Oh, that's Troll over there. What's up, Catherine? Oh, you're...
Fancy a chat?
But isn't Your Majesty? Hello there. Even I don't have the pluck to try selling water to the king. Especially considering sales are up. We've got customers from across the tribes now. Although I'm guessing people were just avoiding a Parapus-owned shop before. Oh, well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back into town myself. Long time no see.
Oh, right.
Ain't it been? I've just been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seekers recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy don't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic, everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ships get too close, but lots of tension out there. But the country is a little isn't a little tense. Everything from my customs to the way they think is different. My head spins, making all the tribal bickering seem rot dull, if I can speak my mind. But this country is changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you. Appreciate it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, come on, I'm just roasting you. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you. Make with the lives of the purpose better than I did. All my cohorts found jobs, as some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea for so long. But don't worry, your kingly head, I'll have it all whipped up in a report for you. Do some proper kingish with it, yeah? World's a crazy place. Who's over there?
Alright then.
Oh, it's just Stroll.
Hey.
Ah, skulking about the city again, are we? Which is to say, Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though who is which I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you hardly changed. I could say the same for you. That's Lord or General Stroll, Your Majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Not that I can talk, I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself. You know, I see now that even those at the top have their struggles a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times. But there are lives hanging in the balance. I've recognized that the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives.
Hey.
Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you, a struggling Elda traveler. Back then my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd have never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Halians.
Thank you.
I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. Give yourself some credit, man.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you.
Hey.
You've a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. But show me the way and I'll blaze my trail. Now and always. It's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard.
That's why.
Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always.
Stay there.
Hell yeah, dude, I love Stroll. I love him so much. I love him too much.
Go.
I love my baby too much, baby. Baby, I love you too much. Because I love you too much, baby. Juna, Yufa, Nuris, Brigitte. So everybody should be here because 4.
Alright.
Who's over here? Oh, Nuris. Looking at the butte, huh? And a butte she is. Ho ho ho! What brings His Royal Majesty here? Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you? I know how it is. I have a fancy old title of the Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau, and can research as I please now, but something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner, in the way I do. I know how you feel. I feel like I know what you mean when you say something's missing. I knew you'd agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner. Not that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to skulk about modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that'll deliver fresh fish straight from the Oceana to your palatial plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit, stuck at the beginning on the development.
Indeed.
And it's times like these I need stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? Do I smell another relic hunt? Don't pretend you don't enjoy it. Every time you'd pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched. They've become the guiding principles of my research, you know? Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps a burden on the future generations is no engineer at all. Still, no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm a bally genius. Oh, I knew it. What I need is a stimulation, Your Majesty. You know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl's sparkling clean and always ready for a takeoff. Awesome. Dude, of course we'd make him chief engineer. Juna. I do like her little hat.
My king.
Oh, there you are, Dry. Have you heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear out your diary for me soon. Inspection? What inspection?
Hold on.
Really? Do you need to go back to bed? You were the one who sent me to the Mage Academy, were you not?
Well?
The Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, and I shall introduce you to my furry little friend. I scooped him up in the Academy, of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled on the little guy in some kind of observatory, used by a king long ago. That's Plateau! Actually, hold on, that's Plateau on the bench to the right. You took Plateau? You found Plateau in there. Okay. Considering the igniter around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, could he? Regardless, our mysterious kitty is the only tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. It may even be hiding secrets as big as the Dragon Temple, or the Sanctum. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. Feels like fate, you know?
Speaking of which...
And speaking of fate, on my way back I met up with Myrtis. She's well, I trust?
Now we're talking.
She's been keeping well, I hope.
Yeah.
More than well, her throat's been fine and she's a fairly prominent singer in her town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights, her and her music, and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey!
Surely you remember, music was the first magic born in this world, yeah? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others. And when they make hearts swell, why, there's no end to the magic. So just you watch, with music and magic at my side, I'm gonna change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted. And if it makes the world a better place, why isn't that just grand?
Magic.
Rella taught me that magic is more than just a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts. Hello, Plateau.
Wait a sec.
Isn't that the cat from the Academia? If that place was made for magic, how'd it get here in real life? To say nothing of how he could have survived in that deserted ruin buried in the snow. That shouldn't be possible, right? I think he's cute. I just think he's cute.
Good kitty.
And yet he's never stopped looking cute. It doesn't bother you at all? Are you sure you are something else? If memory serves, the last king did build himself a study in that Mage Academy. Do you think Academia was styled after that, maybe? I wonder what His Majesty, what Moore felt when he put his little guy in Academia. The cat tends to himself quietly, utterly impartial to us. I did not expect you to be here, Plateau. But you know something? I love it. I'm a big fan. I'm Plateau's #1 fan. Loveless.
Hey.
What's the word, Your Majesty? Just one question, if I may. When are you gonna lower the booze prices in this country? Ha, I'm only kidding. I haven't felt like much drinking until I black out ever so often anymore. After I entered the tournament, I really went through some stuff. I was acting a fool on the world stage and to you, too. I'm grateful to you, you know. Can't speak for the rest of the country, but you've done right by us, Purpose. Got it better than we ever did. Some chuckleheads out there still try to take their aggression out on us, but they're just venting, probably. I'm sure you'll do something soon enough. Yeah, I've come around on you, Loveless. I've come around on you. Brigida, hello, Brigida. The king himself out browsing the shops. Huh, perhaps I need to draft up some royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. Any recommendations? One igniter in particular, in fact. Though I'm afraid we're sold out at the moment. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children. Now I hold a position where I control the Excuse me, dude. Excuse me. You see that guy who walked past us? Dude, excuse me. But now I hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom, as the head of the Igniter Consortism. I can't help but think that if I had been in this position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented. Let's focus on the present. What matters is how we move forward, though, right?
Yes.
Indeed. I can dwell on the past all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand, I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues, in other words. I suppose that means I have expectations of me, and that I, too, am a spoke in a wheel of change. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world. It's all the more reason I can hope that the reasons for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can, with all that I am, just as you do. Ah yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I'd commit in her name. You should come by and play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. And the dog is alive. The dog is alive.
Let's go see.
Alright, Yufa. Oh, Godot. And Denny. He's got the whole squad here.
Hey.
Hello there, Your Majesty. It's been great to see that you're doing as well as ever. I've just left a meeting with the provincial lords. I also preach the Mustari teachings in various areas when the opportunity arises. Many still push back against such teachings, but that's perfectly fine. A country is well served by different perspectives. Many of the villagers have come around to this too, you know. I think that's because you all face such danger on our behalf. Still, it won't be easy to change the entirety of Uchronia. Its history is embedded and deep in its roots. The country is larger, and some people will need all the power you have. The true test of your values has only just begun.
Alright.
Ha! Are you surveying the city incognito, Your Majesty? Your escorts would be aghast. Not that I would think anyone is truly capable of harming you. As you're aware, faith in the Sanctus Church has plummeted after our misdeeds were exposed. I admit, we were arrogant and unjust, wicked in custom, but people have found salvation through the Church as well. I intend to restore the Sanctus Church to its true purpose, to offer salvation to those in need. As a Sanctarch, and as someone who was saved by the Sanctus faith myself, that is all I can do to return the favor. Yeah, I don't think the religion itself was the issue, just the people at the head of it. All right, Yufa. Working as hard as ever, Dry. Were you going about town and listening to what people have to say? Myself, I've come from the Crown Court where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate. Our court has time for that? Our court is taking on common grievances.
Yes, of course.
In the past, we were busy with cases of violence and theft, but those have decreased remarkably.
In truth.
As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial.
Alas.
I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think.
The reason is...
As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime, and so I practice what I preach.
Now that you mention it...
The other day I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick about who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. How is Ovi?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother, all of them ready to ease into the working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God.
I do believe.
I want to fight for them, to have options under laws and systems that they can rely on, in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes, with all their values, can join hands in harmony. That's what we need.
Because...
You aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty? I hope you'll allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Hell yeah, Yufa. Yo, Batlin, you're here. What's up, Batlin? Why, hello there, Your Majesty. As laid back as ever, I see. I myself has been crying like a baby, for I find my position as chairman of the Parliament quite an unfamiliar one. Still, I've considered these open-to-all parliamentary meetings, compiling all the opinions is indeed hard work, but work well worth doing. It won't be easy for those who were at the church's beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they turned a blind eye to, at least a bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth of the public without yielding to authority, that's what my father and I wished for. A true and proper town crier. This country's turned over a new leaf, but there's still many problems to work out. It seems the rural region's still suffering from human havoc. All I'm saying is we're a long way from utopia, but still the first step is as important as the last, and we're taking big ones. Hell yeah, Balin. Hell yeah. Oh, it's you, you freak. Oh, is that you, Your Majesty? What fortune to bump into you at the end of the year just like this. If there's anything your humble personage may be able to do for you, your radiance. I'm at your service, but one glorious word, and I shall most happily.
Honestly.
Okay, laying it on a little thick, aren't we? Isn't that forked tongue you got in trouble last time? You hear me? One wrong move and I'm turning you over to Basilio. You've got to turn your life around. Of course. I'm done with the dirty tricks. Alright, let's go see...
Alright then.
We talked to everybody, yeah? That we did.
Alright then.
Let's go... talk to Maria. The final... Oh, it's you.
Right.
Well, if it isn't your majesty, it's been quite the year since you've ascended the throne, and a quick one at that. Feels like the strife with Luis was but a bad dream. Had you asked me then, I would have been wringing out my hands about one so young leading the kingdom. But now I'm embarrassed to have thought it. You had a keen eye to recognize the danger Luis posed, and a braver still to have fought him. You have kingly caliber I never truly possessed. Still a single year, but a drop in the proverbial bucket. Stay vigilant, king. I suppose vigilant, but I'm kind of stupid. Oh, it's you. Oh, your majesty, it's already been a year since you've ascended the throne, and 1 year since I lost my bid for it. Thinking back, I have no regrets. I did not have been able to defeat Luis in the end as you did. That's candid of you. I don't know what I expected, really, but I believe in your power, your majesty. Though I'll not acquiesce on all fronts, you know. You needn't look further than your 6 partisans, your merry little band. I can appreciate your faith in your inner circle, but to award them all key posts, why one might suspect you of collusion. A country requires views from all walks of life. Or, to put another way, why not appoint me your prime minister? With my guidance, Uchronia would truly become a land of beauty. Just when you'd think he's about to make a decent point, he plays his own angle. Don't let your guard down around that guy. That is a pretty fair point. You don't want everybody. You don't want it to be like a friends club. Look at how brittle peace is, as well as the previousness of life lost. The peace we've regained could be lost again. We must remain vigilant. I think we heard all we can from the people. Should we head to where Maria is? Let's go see her. Being here is sure to bring back memories. You remember how we came here to look for Maria before the Tournament of the Throne? She was crying back then, though. She's happy now. Things are different now, though. You can say that again. This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting it in ink, that must mean you're gonna make it a reality someday. Now then, your majesty, shall we get going? Oh, this place is not as wrecked as it was before.
Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you your majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Is our country better now? Am I keeping my promises?
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, we beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to your majesty's and Papa's dream.
A place where I ought to be. A side of myself I ought to show. The path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
You make a trusty advisor.
Yes, I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah, thank you, your majesty. Oh, Thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Oh, the whole squad's here.
Everyone! Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Friends to the end, man.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Would have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right. The capital can be a bit of a bubble. There'll always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Yeah, but it's not proper.
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hold me the king, you swine!
Steady on, Hulkenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day, but we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
That it was, man.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
Yeah, if this was like real, we would have been exhausted. We're doing shit every single day. Every day. Fight a dragon this day, fight a dragon that day. Go solve a crisis this day,
They were
crisis that
dangerous
day.
times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Life is full of surprises.
Right.
I resolved to believe in my ideals no matter what may come, even back then. Even if the world is slow to change, a king's beliefs can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
Oh man. Feels good, man. Feels amazing.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
I won't force you to come.
I won't force you to come. I'm fine going alone.
Can't let myself stagnate. I want to learn more about the world.
I already told you. I'll follow you wherever you go.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another.
That it is.
You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I don't care to be kingly.
I don't care to be kingly. That's less important than doing what I need to do.
You're not even concerned? Can't you take this a little more seriously?
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized. So I'll press onward. It's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog.
The king of the castle, king of the castle, boom, 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 boom. I'm the king of the castle.
Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a full journey if we didn't go.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Dude, look at their weapons. They have a golden spear and a golden sword now. They used to be like silver.
We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe as I do. Their support is the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
This is the party we first went into the Gauntlet Runner with.
But can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Then let's go.
Right then, let's go.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation?
I don't think so.
A timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope. And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
No, thank you. Thank you for giving me this fantasy. For this experience.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
Oh, they are here.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Oh, Maria's coming with.
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Yes, 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 yes. Dude, dude, you have got, man, I am at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. This game is amazing. This game is amazing. Oh my god, this game is amazing. Holy hell. Dude, the whole thing, it's like the characters, the story, the music, oh my god, the music. I could eat this music. I could eat it, and it would be a fucking 5-course meal, dude. I loved it. I love it. The characters, oh man, the characters were the best part. If not, the setting. But the characters especially, because like, each of them, they felt like people. They didn't feel like some NPC, you know. And even some of the NPC characters, like the other candidates, they acted like they had their own personalities. Even the people without sprites had personality. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane writing. Especially, you know, all the party members, trauma-ridden as they are. You know, our whole tribe got eliminated. Stroll, his whole village got razed to the ground. Hulkenberg watched the person she was trying to protect the whole time die in front of her. At least she thinks she did. Obviously, it didn't actually happen, but that's pretty much how she thought it had happened. Heismei's son got beaten to death. And then he was thought of as some sort of major villain who was trying to kill people. Juna, who's this, I'm this pretty songstress, who's really actually Omega traumatized. Wasn't when we met her, but, you know, her sister died in front of her turned into a literal block of ice and then disappeared to nothingness when it shattered. And speaking of that, Basilio watched his brother die in front of him, and now they are like, he watched his brother die in front of him, and then he was Basilio got it rough. Basilio got it way rough, and also Rella died, which he was really attached to. Dude, it was rough. As for Yufa being like a priestess who is your whole, imagine being raised to be slaughtered effectively. It's such, they're interesting. They feel real. They feel like they could really be people, especially the voice acting. Oh man, I didn't listen to the other languages and the voice actors, but I did listen to English obviously because I played in English. But the voice actors did amazing. The voice actors did amazing. It felt very Xenoblade-esque because they were all British effectively. They all like, sure, Basilio, his whole shtick was speaking like that, or not his whole shtick, but part of his shtick was speaking like that, right? But Stroll had the accent, Hulkenberg had the accent, Ismay had the accent, everybody had the accent, everybody. Except for maybe Nurse, but Nurse had his own accent that is wild. So, you know, what do I know? But still, incredible. On all accounts. This game has truly blown me away. And this has been such a journey. Episode 90 episodes. And I know this episode's been going on for 3 hours. 3 hours. But I wanted to round it off on a nice 90, and so I did. This is going to be a 3-hour episode. But you know something? Tell me this isn't a grand finale. Tell me this isn't a grand finale, because it is. You know it is. I know it is. This is amazing. I will think about this game for the rest of my days. And I probably will go back and play it. Just like how I've gone back and replayed all the Persona games that I've played. And speaking of Persona and obviously Shin Megami Tensei, the combat system in this game is awesome. It is like a combination between both Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. And Shin Megami Tensei has an amazing combat system. It's just such a shame that those games are like so inaccessible because they're so brutal. They feel so hopeless. But this is a game full of hope. This is a fantasy. You're literally living a fantasy. And when Moore was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm actually your father, Lamau, I was like, that's crazy. And if you really listen to it, yeah, the Hypothalamus V, as the old guy, his voice was the same as Moore's. They had the same voice. Well, obviously not the same voice, but they had the same voice actor. And it was, you could tell if you were listening to it. Just like how you could tell that the prince and our character, before they combined, had the same voice actor. They both had Caleb Yen. Although I pointed that out pretty early on. Yeah, Caleb Yen right there. Alejandro Rezno, Stuart Clark, Kristen Acheron, or Al Thornton, Philip Stahl, Emma Balt. I can't read them all. David Monolith, though. David Monolith, my goat. Scarlet Grace. Dude. Brigitte, Lindsay Murrell. Lena. Loveless, Julian. Jin, the creepy dude. Prince of Oceania. Prince of Montario. Agricia. Hydraulic. Crispin Redman. That was his name. Crispin Redman. He played both Moore and Hydraulamus V. And you would have never known that unless you really listened to it. And I didn't really, whenever I was listening to the King, because the King only has like a few lines. The King only has like maybe 50 lines. Nah, probably about 100 tops. And most of them are way late. You almost never hear this guy speak. The first time you see this guy, he's getting murdered, and you only hear, oh, as he's dying. Which, by the way, it's crazy that every time you open the game, that cutscene plays again and again and again and again and again. He just dies every single time. It's just Luis murdering him over and over and over again. Not any place for me to say, but not exactly how I would go about that sort of thing. But I can tell you, I opened this game quite a few times, and let me just say, that man dies. That man gets murdered. And boy, does it look like it hurts. But, like, anyway, sorry. I just think it's very interesting that they don't have different voice actors for that. Because obviously it's true to form. The voice is going to be slightly different because they're two different, slightly people. Although I do think it was pretty funny that the main character and the prince, the only difference between them was, like, an accent. Because he used, like, an English accent with our main character, and with the prince he went, oh, poppycock, poppycock, oh, I love it, very much, I love it. And I mean, that was pretty cool, I guess. I caught the main character one, but I did not catch the Moor one. And I could keep going on forever, but I feel like I feel that I need to organize my thoughts. I just think this is a wonderful game. This is an amazing game. There's something here for everybody. Anybody and everybody, there's something here for them. And I think that's important. The fact that, like, our world was fantasy to them, which is how it would be. Like, if you lived in their world and you saw our world, you'd be like, that's a fantasy. Because they lived in their world. Just like how we look at their world and think it's a fantasy. And it's not wrong to like a fantasy, you know? W Studio Zero, by the way. It's not wrong to want fantasy. W Atlas, W Sega. And in fact, it's kind of awesome. Fantasy, metaphor, ReFantazio is awesome. The Great
Dear
Seeker
guest,
Luna.
From a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction.
That's what I was saying.
However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
You know it does. Oh. Here we are. What is... Oh, that's the Cherudius. That's the Cherudius.
Look at that. The rubble's just made for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
A new book for a new adventure.
A new journey now beckons. In days of Eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Oh, yeah. Fantasy lives on. By saving your clear data, certain things can be transferred over. Nice. Yes, I would like to save my clear data. In the first slot, please. Man. That's cleared 95. That's almost 100 hours, baby. Now, if that is not a crazy game, I don't know what is. But I am probably going to make a specialized video talking about this. So, I mean, thank you truly for watching this. If you've watched every single episode, if you've just watched this episode, I don't care. Thank you, as always, for all of your support. I really can't do any of this without you. This whole thing, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing run. And I truly thank you for everything you've done. And I hope you enjoyed. But as always, I will see you later.